Hey everybody, welcome back to Faraday Research. It's Sunday night, and I decided to do a quick little project. As I was scanning some old videos on YouTube of a guy who goes by Lid Motor. He makes these micro pulse motors using basically lids from bottle caps. So that got me a little bit inspired. I wanted to try something different. I have some ideas what I want to do with this and do some experiments that could lead me down the road to something bigger and better. So what I want to do is I want to build one of those micro pulse motors. So what I did was I got one of those, PC fans, a really small one. And what I did was I disconnected the center portion of it that spins. All right, and I clipped off all the little fins on it. All right, and what my plan is to glue the lid on top of it, and that's going to be basically the motor wheel. And then I'm going to put my magnets all the way around the lid, and that's going to be my pulse motor wheel. And then I'm going to get a small inductor, and I'm going to use a magnetic reed switch, and then hook up a capacitor to it, and we should be able to get a micro pulse motor going. So yeah, this is my next little build. This could lead to something bigger down the road. I have some concepts, some ideas I want to try. So I want to build this micro pulse motor, and I want to see what kind of output I can get from this. So yeah, just keep following along here. We'll go to the next step. So I'm going to have to fix this to the board, and then I think I'm going to try to figure out if I'm going to put it this way or I'm going to put it the other way. So we'll figure that out, and we'll carry on with the build here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, bottom right hand corner. Also, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And yeah, let's continue the build here. Okay, so here we are. I got the that little fan motor connected to the block of wood. And you can see the scale, like compared to my hand, it's very tiny. This is a very small pulse motor. So I managed to find a plastic washer to raise it up a little bit. And what I've done is I've taken 4 neodymium magnets and glued them to the lid, and they're all north poles facing out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this on top of this, and it's going to spin freely. So we're going to do that right now, and then we'll get to the next step. Okay, we're back. Now we got everything glued up. Now I got the motor spinning. And there you go, a very simple little rotor, very, very little friction involved. It's very, very smooth. There's a little bit of wobble to it, but other than that, it looks pretty good overall. And you got to see, like compared to my hand, this thing's pretty small. It's a tiny little lid motor. So the next step is I got to make a little inductor. That's going to be the coil that's going to run on this thing. So I'm going to put that together now, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, we're back. Just completed the baby Renegade, a little lid motor. So I managed to find the spool, and it had about 300 turns of 36 gauge wire on it. So I hooked up the circuit. I got the motor here that spins freely. I got the 4 neodymium magnets on there with the core. I put just like a bolt in there to create like a really quick little core. And the reason why I'm doing the video is just to kind of show you that you could start off small and gradually build yourself up bigger. So I've showed you the steps basically. So I have this little magnetic reed switch here, and yeah, so all I have to do is give it a spin. There we go, and you can see the light going, and yeah, as simple as that. And there you go, baby Renegade. And it's going pretty fast too. Like if you get the reed switch, the magnetic reed switch in the right spot, you can get it to go pretty fast. Now I'm using a 9-volt battery for this. Eventually I'm going to try using the magnesium's power cells. But yeah, you can see what I'm doing here. It's so easy to make a pulse motor. This is probably the simplest circuit ever. And it's just basically everything is in series. So you got the light, and that's pulsating, and if you change the pulse width, you can actually see the light pulsating. depending on the position of where that reed switch is, and you got to get the sweet spot, and then you can get a lot of power out of it. Like this is going actually pretty good. So yeah, I'm using very thin gauge wire, 36 gauge wire, probably about 300 turns. And that'll give me enough push. If you put the 9-volt battery on it, boom, you got your baby pulse motor. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up for the baby pulse motor, baby Renegade. I even put a short up there. So yeah, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Also in the description below are the links for my Patreon and my PayPal donate if you want to help fund my projects and stuff. So this little video is just to kind of show how easy it is to make a pulse motor. And as long as you understand the principle of how it works, you can make them any size. You can make it baby size, or you can make as big as my giant Renegade one. And you know, that one's putting out 3/4 of a kilowatt of power. So yeah, give me a thumbs up, and any questions, comments below, and we'll see everybody soon.